Alright, replay review, Alterac Pass, Bronze League game. Um, Looking at KissBlade on Muradin. Switch to your point of view. Alright, so looking at these drafts, first thoughts. Interesting drafts on both sides. I don't see any particularly glaring weaknesses. There are certainly strengths and weaknesses to both sides. Left side, Vala. Valve, Johanna, Chromie, very good straight team fight comp, likes long fights, likes to brawl a lot, Val wants stacks. Good sustained DPS. Johanna is fine with sustained fights, especially post 13. Malf is a really good sustained healer. Chromie can just keep throwing damage around. So they're really good at just straight brawling fights over objectives. Chromie's also especially good on this map because she can put time traps down for vision and throw abilities from Antarctica and prevent you from capturing. Very good for stalling. Um, Decent scaling on the side of blue team over here. Vala scales very well. Johanna scales very well. Both of them get really good talents later. Butcher, of course, has his baseline quest, so they'll be doing pretty well late. Weakness-wise, Malfurion is notorious for being weak to burst and dive. He has very low burst healing, is not very reliable. Um, so if you can catch him out or catch a teammate out, you might be able to burst them out, especially with your Li Ming Q-Build Falstad. Last Strikes, perhaps. Could probably try and find some burst kills. They've got a decent burst combo themselves with a Butcher Charge into a Malfruit and possibly like some Chromie follow-up. Might be able to kill some of your squishies as well. Over on your side, you also have Ming to stall objectives as well. It's not as good as Chromie, but can work. Also, it's a global. They lack a global. Um, got Malthael, who's very excellent clear, should be able to out-rotate pretty much anyone he's up against. Blue team also has arguably not a great offlaner. Butcher offlane is fine. He likes to get stacks off minions anyway. Malthael should out-trade him, though. And if he's alone in the offlane, you can look to gank him. Q-Build False Dead Ming, so you're going into long range burst, which is a little awkward with the Muradin, but it can work. So just be aware that your DPS setup is for long range, throwing abilities out to poke people and potentially getting some burst if all the abilities line up. But Storm League, they may both be throwing their Q and their orb out on cooldown. So you might find it hard to find a window where both their abilities are up and ready to kill someone. Um, Both teams are a bit lacking in the front line. Malthael plays more like a melee assassin than a bruiser. Typically, if you have a good bruiser in the off lane, like a Leoric or Urel or Blades or something, they can work with a tank to hold multiple points and give extra space to DPS. Malthael can't really do that. Butcher can't really do that. So both teams are operating with a singular front line. And unfortunately, Johanna can usually stay in a lot longer than Muradin, especially late game when she gets Holy Renewal and gets that healing on her E. Um, Got Anduin, finds good saves, can save people from Butcher. It's decent, can maybe bail you out if you jump in too far. But yeah, different win conditions for both teams. See how this plays out. I did glance briefly over what Pirate Bear said in Discord. I don't know everything, so I'm operating mostly off of what I see here.
Battle begins in 10 seconds. 5, 3, 1, shot!
Alright. Yep, keep it full stat. Yep, auto attack. Oh, that's very interesting. Alright, so Johanna didn't take blind at once, so she's either not going blind build or she's crippling herself, so not nearly as good at the long fights without blind build. That's an interesting consideration. Alright. Look back and see what happened there. A common mistake here is trying to fight too hard the first wave. You go mid initially, not necessarily to get kills or to fight. kills early mean very, very little. You go mid because, or going mid is an option because mid wave crashes sooner. That's pretty much it. If you clear out mid sooner, you can rotate sooner. Um, and if you rotate sooner, you can clear the other wave sooner. You as a tank, while you're rotating, can also sort of set up and stop the enemy team from rotating after they clear their wave, delaying them even further, and you maybe get an XP lead out of that, or rotational priority, or whatever. Especially here, Butcher wants stacks from fighting, Bala just wants stacks from hitting people. Uh, Ballad wants, Frostad wants stacks from pressing Q, I suppose, but overall, I'd say it's worse to brawl them. So I like your positioning though, not just walking up with the rest of the team looking for flanks. What you could have even done is sit right here. Usually in these, what you want to do as a tank is sort of sit in a bush so they don't see you. But right here also works because you're out of vision. They can't see past this little thing. Yeah, this. Alright, yeah. So this jump in here doesn't really do anything. Your DPS is all running away. One of them has got to get rooted. You can best you can hope for is that this maybe distracts them. Also, fun little tip I forgot to mention earlier with this talent. I wasn't looking for if you did, but I don't think you did. What you can do as soon as you pick this in spawn, just jump in spawn because these block charges don't expire. So whenever you have time where you don't think you're going to need to use your jump for the next, but go down 10 seconds, you can just jump in place and get those block charges. They don't stack, so you can't like jump multiple times and bring up a whole bunch of block charges, but you can jump in spawn and then walk to lane with 4 block charges immediately. It's not hugely relevant, but a little bit of optimizations here and there. So unfortunately, Falstad has to get pulled out, but your PO was relevant here. Richard's focusing on you zone Malf off, so he gets to live. You get rooted, you're fine. Alright. Again. You're just looking to clear the wave. And unfortunately, you guys are losing that. I like going around. I like you being here again. I would just go bot, though. Yeah. At this point, I'd just go bot. What is you're accomplishing nothing here. Even if your team dies here, it's not relevant. This wave of soak is worth more than one of your teammates dying by quite a bit. And now, ideally, tank shouldn't be soaking. Ideally, you should have been doing stuff like that. Staying out of vision, looking for an opportunity to go in. Get some nice slow here. You might get a stun. Maybe you can even get a kill out of this. Ming's looking. Does she have her cooldowns up? Not right now, but I think she will shortly. So you might get a kill out of this, but the wave of soak is more important. No one's catching top, no one's catching bottom on either team. So if your team is catching a wave of soak here and they aren't, you're up in XP. Okay. It didn't lead to a kill eventually, but again. Unfortunate. Yeah. So end of the day, I like what you're doing with the tanking, going out of vision, looking for opportunities to jump in, find kills, but from the environment, so I would have gone for bot wave or even top wave. You were just closer to bot ages ago. I feel like that melt is on camp though. It would be better off top, but camp is fine as well. Alright, now you're going for wave. That's good. Missed like 2 or 3 waves at this point, but better late than never. And the unfortunate reality of Storm League tanking. Sometimes people just won't be on waves, and you're gonna have to spend time sitting in them. Don't leave those, another wave here. Should also note, say it immediately. Muradin into both Butcher and Vol is decent because auto attack speed slows. I would not jump on him there. It does a little bit of damage, gives you a little bit of armor. It's a little bit better trading, but if um, now you know it's not going to happen because you see where Vol is, you see where Chromie is, you see where Johanna is. So no one's coming to gank you, but I would not get in the habit of jumping for trading because if you don't see them, and you jump, and then 3 people show up in this lane and you don't have jump, you're dead. Honestly awful. Malto is gonna get bullied hard. Maybe not. Probably can't start a separate save for life. Alright, chilling. I would not leave this. Again, there's war waves, just go for the waves. You don't need to use jump there. Unless you wanted to go for Johanna, but what's his name? Furion was right in front of you. Like he's rooted, you can just walk up like another pixel and just throw a Q at him. Yeah, you're not gonna get anything here. In fact, you're missing a wave for this. It's debatable if you're getting anything if you hit Furion either, but mostly my objection to this is just why go mid when there's a wave? You're missing another wave bot here. You've lost an entire wave bot for that rotation. That's not worth in the slightest.
It seems the Alliance is foolishly taking some of our warriors hostage. Be ready to
I might go over Talons briefly at the end. Okay, yeah, again, don't get in the habit of not using jump. For that. Yeah, I might go over Talons at the end, but really they're not super important. Talents get talked about a lot because they're easy to talk about, but play style and decision making is much more important.
but they will try to capture ours as well.
Q does nothing there. You don't need Q for a bit, so I guess it's fine. Yeah, no, I'd get in the habit with tanks of using your abilities purposefully. I honestly would have stayed bot and caught that entire wave. But I don't fault you for going up here. Okay, yeah. So using abilities purposefully. What was that, Stormbolt? There's a Johanna right here that your entire team is hitting. And you Stormbolt this Malfurion. What does this do? It does nothing. Now, will you kill that Johanna if you land Q? Debatable. Your team's not fully committing to her. Does she have Iron Skin up? She has Iron Skin up. You probably don't kill her. But, where are you? But you definitely aren't killing him. Your choices are either you throw the Stormbolt at the Johanna or you don't throw the Stormbolt at all, because now your Stormbolt's down for 9 seconds. And you're significantly less threatening without Stormbolt. See, right there, if your Stormbolt was up. Right here, if Stormbolt's up, you can jump stun this guy. And leaving, all her abilities up, he dies. Oh, she gets to do off. That's unfortunate. Tried to clump for that. Alright, what are you doing here? What is that? There's no follow-up there. Yeah, purposeful usage of abilities. You definitely have some tank fundamentals down. I've seen what you're talking about in Discord and what you're noticing about what tanks are useful for, and you definitely showed that in the first couple minutes of the game with your flanking around, looking for opportunities, not staying in the middle of lane needlessly. I really like that. That definitely shows that you're learning a lot. You're going to go far. But in this team fight, you've also demonstrated some things you're lacking. Throwing that random Stormbolt on Malfurion does nothing, puts your Stormbolt in cooldown. Engaging on these guys using both your jump and your W, and I assume Q in a second. Yep, and your Q. You've used all of your abilities. There is no kill potential here. Both of your DPS are 20 miles away. There's a Malthael here. He contributes a little bit of damage. He's not going to one-shot anyone. He doesn't have rights. Anduin's not even close enough for a root. There's no follow-up CC. So this is ultimately useless. He does nothing. Okay. And I eat my words a little bit because that that little bit of damage you put on Butcher there, plus the damage Malfurion did because you stunned him, a little bit of chip damage here and there, and that eventually leads to Felton able to snipe him. But I think my point still stands. The result worked out, but the methodology was not correct. Alright, Joanna's low. Okay. Random Q does nothing. You can use your W to set up for Q, or you can just get in their face. Because now you're in Johanna's face, half a second later, and you don't have Q to actually stun her. She does die, though. Nice body blocking. But if you had Q, you could go further, jump on the Alfurion. Alright, what's your thought process here? What are you doing? Going for a tap? Fine. Back up to objective. I like what Althail's doing. Going camp. Kill this guy. Okay. Unfortunate. Yeah. I think that's mostly a... yeah, Bing's way too far up here. Rest of the team backed off. Why did she stay? Oh, she was really far up. They just came in here and she got caught. Okay. Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, also when you came in and we saw being in trouble, I would have jumped maybe like a second earlier, try and get the attack speed slow on these guys, try and body block the Vala Q. Unfortunate. And also, if you had your Stormbolt here, you could have killed the Vala you used the Malfurion, which, granted, I did say hit him. But I was incorrect. It would have been better to save it, because your Ming was getting going on.
Seize the camp so we can open it.
Camera movement also. Not gonna fault you for playing with locked camera. I play with locked camera, but I'm gonna fault you for because I'm following your camera right now. This is me following your camera. You're not moving it at all. I like locked camera personally, but you also have to know when to move your camera around. Like what's happening up here. You're just looking in the middle of lane right here. While you're mounting up, go scroll over here and see what's going on, what you can help with. I hate catching this wave a little bit while you wait for Ming to come back, but now Ming's back, you should probably come up here and do something. Like, what are you doing with Vala over here? Pushing this wave in is fine, but you might lose this objective for it. Alright, good flank. You've got a good flank here. What can we do with it? Your DPS is getting zoned off by this Johanna, so as good of an angle as you have here, you don't actually have any follow-up for it. I don't hate distracting, though, just because you're big, beefy. Alright, that jumped to nothing. I'll see that jump again. Why jump? You're almost playing like you have a heavy impact on 7 sometimes. You don't have heavy impact, you have given the X. Yes, that jumped to nothing. Honestly, I'm gonna assume that's a misclick. I don't see a reason. I don't see why you would jump there. Yeah, you can keep hitting this Johanna. Get a stun on her. Good, excellent. Alright, she should die. Good stun. Yeah, again, playing like you have heavy impact. This jump does nothing. Better to just keep walking, wait for your W to come up, then jump and slow them. Now you just have your jump down, and you didn't get anything. Granted, you don't need your jump anymore, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but... Right, where you going? I I do like I like the drive to capture the wave, but I can't see progress on objective, but it should be pretty close to being done. Just stay with your team and make sure they get it. Fortunately, blue's not contesting, so you're fine. Oh, there they are though. Uh-oh. Alright, cool. Go back. Go catch top.
Let's help them with that.
I'll get top. It's fine. Unfortunate. See that again. Anything you could have done better there? I like the immediate bloodthirst on the draw. You kind of miss your jump though, and then you're going into the back line. Yeah, just go in the draw, no? Like, there you go. Stun Johanna. Also, it's just kind of too far up. Nothing you can. I mean, there is a weak argument that you sort of baited him by looking over there, so he thought to go over there to follow up, but it's mostly on him. Just jump out, your tap. Nice stun. Chillin'.
You look like you need a visit to the healing.
I'd grab bot tap and then just go catch bot wave. Nice. Alright, yeah, stop using E like that. Again, you do see them all mid, you know you're not in danger, but it's a bad habit to get into for 84 damage. It's Ichi though. Almost hit 10 too. Alright. So I'd go mid and look for something with 10.
This is the last blow you strike against the Horde.
I would be looking much more aggressively here. With level 10. Like, I'd be going up through this way. Trying to like, or even this way, trying to find something. You have like, especially with Haymaker, you can find those big flanks and just punt a Chromie into your team. You're not threatening up there. Especially, and since your team's sieging too. Going for the Vol though, that's fine. I don't hate it. Good. Alright, good gank. Were you relevant there? Arguably, you zoned her off from... She might have been just tried to run away from Falstad. The angle you did made her so she couldn't run away, so she had to run into Falstad. Alright, team gets mid. Good. Right, you're in a fantastic position right now, frankly. I like... That's also a really good little optimization I like that you do. You mount up and just sort of wait for the minion to die. So you're mounted as soon as it's dead. And ready to go. Alright, where are you going here?
Like something terrible is about to...
Definitely not the camp. Not looking solo the camp. Your team's all bottom. Let's cheat a little bit. Alright, they're not on camp. They're not on boss. I didn't think they were. Your options here are either go catch top wave again and keep grabbing that XP, or if you think your team's gonna need you, go bot and sort of just like sit here or in this bush. You would probably be better. Maybe even in this bush if you're feeling really brave. And just wait around, see what happens.
happen here.
Camp is absolutely the wrong call because Malthus can solo that. Malthus can solo this camp without difficulty at this point. Maybe in like the first few levels he would be grateful for help, but at this point it's pretty easy for him. So you're missing Soak. Missing Soak top for this. And
And so should you.
now when blue team collapses bot, you're not there to help. And your Anduin dies because of it. No, I'm not gonna say it's definitely your fault that the Anduin died. I don't see what happened to the Anduin, but If you were there, it probably would have gone differently.
We cannot allow them to remain in enemy hands.
Plotting something.
And oh, that's kind of troll. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
The enemy is plotting something.
you deduce that they're on boss. They're on boss. You just see Johanna do it. Okay. Now, can you contest boss? You don't have. I mean, boss is also cooldown, and it's not gust anyway. Um, you don't have really anything else that lets you contest point. You don't have avatar. You can't sound point for a while. Um, Holy Word maybe, but she has Reign of Vengeance, so not really. Meanwhile, they have Twilight Dream. They don't have Lamb. They use Lamb, but I don't think you know that. Um, they don't have Blessed, but again, I don't think you know that. They have Slowing Sands. They have a ton more ways to contest point. And there's 5 of them, and there's 4 of you. You don't fight this. Yeah, that, and this jump is hard trolling. I mean, I'm sorry, but you jump into what you didn't know was a lot of people, but you could definitely deduce was probably their entire team. In a 4v5, where again, you can't really contest this boss anyway. And this bases the rest of your team into going in. Malthael dies. You get the Johanna kill, but Malthael dies for it. You go 1 for 1, they get boss.
I'm not the only prodigy here
Now,
after all.
debatable. You could arguably say that the 1 for 1 is worth. I don't think so, personally. I'm actually really surprised he didn't die there. They all killed Malthael instead of you, I suppose. Got a kill Butch. This is what Pyro was talking about. Alright, don't stand on that. Yeah, he's almost full meat. And I'm not looking at what anyone else but you is doing, so I'm not gonna judge if Li Ming's been inting to Butch or not. Okay. So you're taking this fight. You have no false dead. False dead just flew top. You definitely do not have a false dead. You did just hit 13, which is nice, but 5v3 beats 13v12. So this is not really a fight you want to take. Ming dies here. Alright. Let's see what's different about this. So hang around. You see Johanna. Okay. I don't mind looking at her, but at this point, ditch. You don't fight this. Spam ping retreat and get out of here. You don't win this fight at all with false dead gone. And also you walk into the root, which is unfortunate. Yep. Again, camera, what is happening up here? Complaining, but I can look, but you should also know. Like, is there anything you can do here? You have all your abilities up. Can you do anything? You can't, but you don't know that. Nope, wrong button. Yeah, like, you've got all your abilities up. You've got Haymaker. You've got everything, but you're not looking. You don't know if any of those could be relevant. Maybe like Vala rolls too far up here, and you could jump stun Haymaker into your fort. Which you kind of did there. You could have tried it. Alright, and again, you're now this is worse. You're actually down 2 people. It's not even they're just somewhere else on the map. There's 2 people dead. And you're taking a 3v5. Good save by Anduin. You die. Alright, yeah, but you both die for it. Yeah, Malthael's correct here. You don't fight this. That's probably like the last minute is probably your biggest mistake so far. Because you take 2 fights that are 3v5s and lose both of them. Now, the first one, like, your team was also there already, but you could definitely have discouraged them and not gone in as much yourself. Like, tank's kind of the person everyone looks to for the fight. If you see the tank go in and start hitting people, you're going to start hitting people. If you see the tank start backing off and not using abilities, you're going to start backing off and not using abilities. Right. Fast forward until you're alive. Alright. Alright, what's happening here? I like Frosted getting this camp. Okay, looking for this fight here. Jumps on the Chromie. Does she have stasis? She does have stasis. She might not die, but jumps on someone. As the wrong order of abilities. Again, what does that jump do? That jump does nothing. You're playing like you have heavy impact. You don't have heavy impact. That jump does nothing. You walk up, you stun pusher, great. Okay, you W him, cool. Then you jump. Jump does nothing. Haymaker does nothing. You just gotta walk in at them. Do nothing. W does nothing. And you walk away. And you regen. So, I mean, nothing lost necessarily, but you definitely could have gotten a kill there. Yeah, almost like definitely, but it's very possible that you could have gotten a kill there with better ability usage. Yeah, because if you like jump in, like jump behind, W, Q this way, and then Haymaker like Chromie or something, kill.
Our enemies destroyed a fort.
Alright. Walked into 2 false dead roots in a row. Do you die here? Unfortunately, no. Team's. Oh! You would have died if Andrew didn't kill you. You were gonna get hit by that, lamb, I think. I mean, that's kind of just micro, stakes, not really necessarily decision making. Not gonna harp on you too hard for walking into Malfruits, because it's pretty clear that you shouldn't, and that's
Something terrible is about to happen
pretty
here.
clearly something to work on, but not really worth going over. I would not invade this. Okay. That one's really obvious. Q, no follow-up. What's the Q do? Does something. Now if you had Q. You went Haymaker. Haymaker with the mouth, didn't you? Yeah. If you say Haymaker that Chromie immediately, that's much better. When he walks up, Q, jump behind her, Haymaker. You did one of those things. I don't hate this. I hate the Haymaker, but it's the wrong angle. Like, over here he's fine. Over here he's in trouble. Over here he just walks away. You're not getting anything here. There's no DPS follow-up. There's no point walking forward more. You're just gonna die. Kills. So the Haymaker did eventually to something. Foster was able to chase the Malf down. I ate my words a little bit. I still think Haymakering the Chromie immediately would have been much better.
A good heal there.
Alliance is once again taking captives. Show them that no orc can be in prison for long.
Alright, team's looking at boss. I don't hate it. Not your angle either. You're threatening something from a flank. Okay, so here. I'm looking through your camera here. This is your camera. You don't even know what's on the other side of this wall. You just jump in blindly and hope that there's gonna be someone there for you to stun. And there's not, so now you've lost your flanking position. And, well, you didn't really have an element of surprise. They saw you there, but you lost your flanking position, you lost a threat there, because just the threat of you being there is, like, a lot of zoning. And you were talking about this the other day with a noob in a bush, and you can't step up to that. Just like, even if you know Muradin's here, he still controls this entire area. You can't step anywhere in here in lane. But now once you've jumped, where'd you go? There you go. Jump stun this guy. Alright. Backing up. Didn't have mouth there, I don't hate backing up, but now you've lost a lot of health. Falstad's kind of low. Falstad, alright, Falstad's healed up. Desperate Pro. Jump stun that guy. What are you doing here? What does this area do? What are you doing here? There's no one there. Alright. Cool. That's fine. Just go do it again. Force her to keep using abilities. Okay. Okay, nice find on the Chromie. Good kill. Alright, do this. Alright, this Andom is kind of smurfing with these holy words. Unfortunately, everyone's dead. Alright, I want to look at what you did here. So, after that first Chromie W, you can keep channeling. After this one and you're interrupted, now I think you have to go run interference, because Johanna's over here. Plus it shields your team. He's been hitting Johanna. As soon as you go on this Chromie, team switches to Chromie. If you'd gone on her sooner, maybe you could have gotten that kill. Yeah, unfortunately, you walk into another mouth route. Big mouth silence. Yeah. I think on your side, that's kind of a case of waiting too long to do something. There. Oh shit. Alright. I think find something. Alright, and we're back to sort of a neutral state here. They can't contest, you can't contest objective, just chillin'. Camp's fine, yep. And would not use E, but whatever. Alright, you've got Falstad here. I think he has global up. I'm not gonna check because you wouldn't know either, but I'm pretty sure he has global up and he's looking here at anyway. Now, there's an interesting thing. Because arguably you don't even fight here. Look at the XP difference. If you just wait, catch a couple more lanes of soak, well not a couple, probably like 4 or 5, maybe 6, you get 20, then you can fight. Alright, this you don't need to be here. Falstad can clear this wave fine. You showing here is a giant flag to the enemy team. Hey, the tank isn't here. As soon as Malthus caps this and they know that it's capped, there are red team members here without their tank. We can collapse on this. Alright, I would not go for this. I don't think they're there. Because you see Mouth there. If they were on boss, I'm pretty sure Mouth would be there. I was sorely mistaken. Okay. Ow. Alright. I look stupid now, don't I? Rip Stormbolt. Look at that Stormbolt. As far as what you could have done for that boss, I mean, going mid. I mean, going mid is definitely not the play. I would have just positioned around here, but I mean, arguably, maybe you go check boss, grab vision there. I wouldn't worry about it too much. They got boss. Unfortunate. Oh, actually, never mind. I'm blind, and so are you. They all showed up here, and they didn't come down. Ming was the only one that saw that. Yeah, they're on boss. They all, yeah. So that's a mini-map thing, and I'll give you, I didn't see that either. I wasn't paying attention to it. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do as I say, not as I do. Alright, this you don't fight, because you have a Falstead here, you've got 2 people on objective, which is hopefully doesn't seem I can't see the thing again. But this doesn't do anything. Even if you land this Stormbolt, what are you getting out of it? Nothing. I just go down here. Screw the boss. You need to make sure your team doesn't all die on objective. Because you took that fight. You tried to kill that Chromie. Okay, the end. Q does nothing. Where is your follow-up? You have a Ming there. Maybe you get this Johanna kill. I'm not convinced. Okay, you definitely don't because you Haymakered her out of your Ming's follow-up. Okay. Ming popping off. And you're in a good position here. I'm actually curious, you see you lost this game, right? At the moment, doesn't look like you're losing. This objective's taking a while. I wish I could see the timer. There it is. Alright, they're not on boss. You're chilling. Just push stuff out. Get as many buildings as you can here. Obviously, don't die for it. What are you doing sitting in the middle of the lane? Alright. I don't hate moving up to mid. Yep, try and save your mouth there. Also going up to. Okay, this is a good gank. Good gank. Kill this guy. Excellent. Well executed. You don't have to use rewind. Alright, just stay top. Don't go mid. There's no point going mid. Okay, so there's no more waves left to soak. There's no more waves to soak. You're 20. No point catching this. You're not gonna put. You're murdered. You don't even have sledgehammer. You don't push well yourself. Just stay top. Help your team. They want to push top. We're pushing top. You mildly speed up the wave clear of your thing here. But yeah, as soon as Chromie shows up, you can't really do anything. If you were, say, here. Any opportunities to jump stun someone? If you're with them? Yeah. That Furion could have been dead if you were there. But you're just here kind of brawling the Johanna, accomplishing nothing. Your team's not getting kills. Okay. Haymaker. Nice. Okay, good Haymaker. Good Haymaker. He dies to that. He dies to that. Okay. It's a little bit sus. Wait, does he have the stupid... What? No. Okay, that's insane. No way, dude. No way. No way. Look at that. He has that root down, and then you stun him with the Haymaker, because Haymaker is a short stun, and it resets the stupid root's duration, and he gets a 2-man root sleep, and lives because of that. That's actually insane. Okay, okay. Need to go back to... So what you could have done to prevent that. Now, in fairness, I would not. I would have assumed my team has this. But what you could have is rewind, jump, stun him again. Especially now. Yeah, now rewind, jump on him. Yeah. So you could have secured that kill. Alright, what are you doing here? You're just looking at yourself. You're literally sitting in a corner. Did you go AFK to King Butcher or something? Regardless, camera control, what's going on? What's going on down here? While you're mounting up and sitting there and picking Butcher. Enderman value. Alright, what are you looking at? Got mid keep down, that's good. I'd also just keep sieging top. Like, look at the health on that. Alright, also got it. Alright, what's the play? You can look to invade the camp, I hate it. Your team wants to go boss. Okay. They see you. These walls give vision, they saw you. So you gotta be ready to fight this into a okay, he doesn't have 20 lamb. That's actually good. Blessed Shield will probably be up by the time she's up. You can time that. Slowing Sands. And again, no Gust. You don't really have much to contest boss with. And you're doing boss with currently a tank and a healer. Yeah. So this call was really bad. Because false start. Oh god. This is where you lose the game, isn't it? You throw this team fight. Back to your vision. Alright, we're gonna have to go through this slowly, see exactly what's happening here. I'm gonna zoom out just so I can get a better picture of everything going on. Alright, so your main gets Blessed Shielded. There's no follow-up, you're good. Alright, go in here. Wait, do you lose this? Do you win? Wait, do you not lose this game? Do you win this game? Holy shit, that's an indestructible Joe. Wait, you win this game. I just assumed this was a loss. Did you not? Did you actually win? Wait, does your team all die to boss or something? Nah, you should definitely be ending. They're literally all dead. Your call's correct there. I want to look at this fight again. You died. If you had Avatar, you live, by the way. All right. So yeah, I hate this call because Falso was backing, Malthael wasn't there, and they saw you through this wall. They know you're there. Okay. So Johanna gets shield. Johanna gets a shield off. Johanna split from the team. Okay. W, Q, okay. You W, and then you rewind. What does rewind do for you? You don't Q first. W, Q, rewind, Q, W. You only get one stun off. No Haymaker. Although in fairness, what would you Haymaker? Yeah, I mean, Short of better rewind usage, I don't see much better you could have done there. You went in there, you got attack speed slow on everyone. That's basically best you can do. And fight, you win the fight. No, the thing's wrong. You can absolutely end. Malthael's trying. Do you win here? You win here? You win here. Surely you win here. You win here. Alright, cool. Excellent. Well, glad you got a win. Alright. I'll talk about towns a little bit briefly. Dwarf block is fine, into Butcher I like that. This is one of the big things I did see a bit. Thunderburn, you typically only want to pair with Thunderburn typically is only paired with Healing Static for the double clap, and that's usually only into heavy melee teams. If you're going Wansbeard Rage, don't go Thunderburn, and if you're going Thunderburn, go Healing Static. Also, I would definitely have taken Thunder Strike, or not Thunder Strike, sorry, Reverberation, because attack speed slow of Thunderclap from 30% to 50%, and there are two good attack speed slow targets. One very good attack speed slow target, because he's going to go in, rely entirely on his auto attacks to deal damage, and if you half his attack speed slow, or half his attack speed, that's going to be pretty good. And Up Duration, heroic ability cooldown, whatever. So yeah, that's a Murden talent combination. Look out for Thunderburn with Healing Static and vice versa. Give him the axe, fine. Although frankly, with your playstyle, Heavy Impact would probably be better because you're using your E like you have Heavy Impact. Give him the axe is fine though, more damage. Haymaker, I was looking out for it in this game. There were a lot of fights where it got no value. There were a couple fights where there was one fight where it probably saved someone. The Johanna that I pointed out earlier, definitely. I'm pretty sure it saved her. Ming did get the kill later, and you did end up winning the fight. So again, results. It worked out in the end, but if Ming had gotten that kill immediately and gotten that reset, might have gone even better. And again, results versus methodology. Avatar got you killed. Not having Avatar got you killed down here. If you had Avatar, you live, and Haymaker didn't make a difference. Haymaker got um you had one good Haymaker here, which Furion, my God, this is like the first time in ages I've seen Tenacious Roots be taken, and it actually got insane value there. That's insane. Um, I almost want to look over this replay again and see how many times Tenacious Roots was useful. Um, yeah, so you got a Haymaker kill over here. Um, you, I don't think you got. Okay, oh yeah, and over here, Haymaker the mouth, um, which eventually got a kill like down here. So arguably, it there's a case that it got two kills this game. There were a couple times the Joe over here, um, it saved. She did die later, and then there was a time you haymakered Malfurion down here, um, and I don't know if you would have gotten that kill if you didn't haymaker him, but I mean, it at minimum it got no value, and there were a lot of other fights where it just got no value. You weren't using it, or you just used it badly. So, where are you? I'm still respawning.
Don't worry. I will go to you.
Sure. So yeah, um, I'm not gonna say don't pick Haymaker. It's fine. I would just keep that in mind. 13, run it out. I like Bronzebeard Rage. I like it better if you went Reverberation. Dwarf Launch, fine. I would have honestly gone like Opposing Presence for more attack speed slows. Stone Form also would have possibly saved you down there. Opposing Presence might have saved you as well. But Dwarf Launch is fine. Rewind is fine, but again, use it better. The only time you actually used Rewind, I believe, was down here, and you used it to get a second W cast, which does not actually matter because you had a second W cast anyway with Thunderburn. So yeah, that's talents a little bit, but again, don't stress the talents too much. Playstyle is a lot more important. So, posing thoughts about general playstyle. Again, the way you started out, looking for these flanks, it's good. I liked that. The philosophy kind of degraded a bit towards the end of the game. There were a lot of times where you were just sort of sitting around, doing nothing, or like walking in between lanes and not really sure what you were doing. But so just keep that in mind of like flanks, wait for engages, look for good opportunities to jump in. Ability usage, really big thing. Use E needlessly a lot of the time. And granted, it doesn't really, you're not really punished for it, like usually just using it in lane to sort of clear minions a little bit when you know no one's going to kill you, but really get in the habit of not doing that. Make sure your E's always available. Um, and also look for think about who you should be going on. There were fights where you just kind of were on whoever. The first fight especially, walk up, stun this Malfurion that's doing nothing, and then your Stormbolt's down, and you miss opportunities that you could have had to kill people because your Stormbolt's down in the next few seconds. Um, and if you're playing Haymaker, look for those Haymaker plays. There were definitely times where, say, like this Chromie walked in, you Q her, jump over her, Haymaker her, or over here where there's people here, you jump in, slow them all, Q backwards, and then Haymaker. So look, if you're playing Haymaker, you really want to look for those opportunities all the time to just jump on someone. Also Haymaker with Dorf launch I do like. To jump on someone, stun them, and Haymaker them back. Or stun them, jump over them, Haymaker them back. That's what Haymaker's all about. Um, oh yeah, and then also taking good fights. Down here, you took 2 3v5s in a row, and I mean, yeah, you lost significantly because of them. Also, camera control. You've played with lock screen, which is fine. I play with lock screen as well, but just keep in mind that you're also going to that you can't play with lock screen 100% of the time. You need to be looking around and seeing what's happening, especially when you're not actively fighting. Like, when you jump out of the fight, you just sort of standing over here, move your camera over here, see what's going on, see if you can help. Other than that, games though, I definitely think you've got some potential with tanking. You're definitely learning some good concepts. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll also be posting this little summary in text form when I post this video. Yep. GG's and good luck in your future games.